Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you can hear me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Ivy Prosper, and today I am live talking to you about the Essence Festival of Culture taking place in New Orleans this week. It started yesterday and it goes on until I believe the 3rd of July. And Ghana is going to be well represented. They are actually having an Africa Day where Ghana, uh, well, an Africa village, an Africa place that is representing Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. Now, I'm going to talk to you primarily today about Ghana and what's happening with Ghana being part of the Essence Festival of Culture. Now, I hope you can hear me. I've got a microphone on that I just got, and I hope that the sound is good. Um, I know that I haven't been live in a while, so hopefully you can hear me. Um, my name is Ivy Prosper, and this is your guide on Ghana, where I talk all about things happening in Ghana. Now, if you are watching me today live, I would love to hear where you're watching me from. Just let me know. Just put in the comments exactly where you are today, where you're watching me from live. Trying to see if I can even see my own live stream here. Usually I can see my own live stream, but I'm not seeing. Um, there you go. See people popping up now. Kofi, thanks for joining. Grace and Mercy, thanks for joining. Living Natural Life, thanks for joining. Um, Thank you, everybody who's joining so far. So Living Natural for Life says, wow, is this the first time of the festival? No, this is not the first time. Ghana was there last year for the first time last year. The CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority was there with the director of the Beyond the Return office. And then this year, again, Ghana is being represented. The director of Beyond the Return is there, as well as the deputy director of the Diaspora Affairs office is there. There is going to be a whole day dedicated to it's really, really exciting that the Essence Festival of Culture is showcasing Africa this year with their own space. And it's an opportunity to connect, to network, and to learn more about opportunities in Ghana and in other African countries. So there's going to be activations that include panel discussions, there's going to be film screenings, and so much more. It's going to be an opportunity to build partnerships with people who are in the US, with African American community, with people who are on the African continent. One of the panel discussions that's going to be happening is called Destination Ghana, Travel, Tourism, and Film. And it's going to be an opportunity to discuss what is available in Ghana if you are somebody who's working in the film industry and looking to do some work, some collaborations with people who are in the US. I'm just going to show a couple of the flyers on the screen so that you can see as far as with the Essence Festival of Culture in Louisiana. So as I mentioned, Annabelle McKenzie, who is the director of the Beyond the Return office, will be speaking on a panel, the one on Ghana travel, tourism, and film. And then the deputy director of the Diaspora Affairs office, which is in the office of the president, Dr. Nadia Adongo Finn, is going to be speaking on bridging the gap, Cape Coast, New Orleans, and beyond. And then we have Essie Yamoa, who is a filmmaker, producer. She is going to be on a panel talking clips and conversations, Ghana's Road to Global Expansion. And then we have actor and producer Chris Atto, who's going to be also on that same panel on clips and conversations, Ghana's Road to Global Expansion. And then we have actress Juliet Ibrahim, who will also be participating, or Sonia Ibrahim will be participating in the festival. And then we have her sister, Juliet Ibrahim, who will also be participating in the festival. It's going to be a really, really good time. And then we have the CEO of, oh, what's the name of the company again? I'm drawing a complete blank. iFactory Live, the CEO of iFactory Live, Michael Bijaba, who's going to be there as well, speaking at the festival. So this is going to be a really, really interesting time to see Ghana showcasing itself in the creative spaces for creativity and just connecting with people from the diaspora. Now they had a cocktail event that happened yesterday, I believe. And from what I hear, Nigeria came out in big numbers for the festival. I mean, for the cocktail welcome. And so Nigeria has a bigger delegation than Ghana does. Wherever they go, they come in their numbers. Of course, they always do. So, yeah, so it's been awesome. Now, let me just go to the comments and see who is here. I was asking earlier if my sound was good. Grace and Mercy says sound is good. Thank you so much. Um, we have Grace Mercy says she's watching from Winneba. Thank you for joining. And Happy Kofi says greetings from Copenhagen, Denmark. Thank you for watching. Eric is in England. Doncaster, thank you for joining. We have Myrna James is also in the UK. And then Grace says, I met you at the AA Juneteenth celebration. Oh, great. Nice to meet you again here live. I seem to be meeting a lot of people who follow my channel in the last little while. I met someone yesterday. I was in East Legon for a quick dinner with a couple of friends and met a lady who said that she followed me as well. So it's always great to meet people who've been following my channel. But today is a quick live stream. I just really wanted to let you know that there is going to be a Ghana Day at the Essence Festival happening in New Orleans this week. There'll be a Nigeria Day, there'll be a Kenya Day, and a South African Day. And so they are also going to have screenings of films. So there's going to be a screening of a film, a Ghanaian film called The Moon Over Abri. It was filmed in Abri Gardens in the eastern region of Ghana. And it's written by an Emmy Award-winning writer named Kwame Dawes. And it was directed by Sheila Nordley and produced by Aniwa Boachi. Now, this film will be screened as part of the festival. They're going to be having an Essence Film Festival as part of this year's Essence Fest. And short film called Room 5, an animated film by Francis Y. Brown, is also going to be filmed at the festival. So it's really cool that there's going to be a couple of Ghanaian films being screened. It's an opportunity to showcase the things that Ghana has when it comes to the creative spaces. And it's also a nice way to connect with the people in New Orleans about what potential there is to do work in Ghana. So I do know that there was a person who is, from what I was told, because the director of Beyond the Return is there now, and she told me that there was people who are the head of film organizations in New Orleans that are very interested in getting information about filming and doing production work in Ghana and in other African countries. So that's really, really great to know that that is a possibility of something coming together and happening. So we're already seeing a lot of people from the American community who have been coming to Ghana in higher numbers, who are also interested in doing collaborative efforts and having business opportunities, investing, and growth. So that is one of the really great things about these kinds of events that give a platform to Ghana and to other African countries. And it's also showing us that the bridge we're trying to build between Africa and the diaspora is really, really coming together. Because when you have such a large organization like Essence being interested in providing a platform for these people, I think it's fantastic. So Ghana Tourism Authority and Year of Return in 2019 have been forging a relationship with Essence Magazine. Since then, they had the the Global Black Economic Forum. First one happened in Ghana at in December 2019, and it was there was the president of Ghana came, as well as people like Boris Kojo was there, and Bosma St. John, Ibro, and they really were excited about what Ghana has to offer, because there was a lot of discussion about doing business, about investment, and about what are the needs here on the ground that people over there have access to tools can come together and be able to build that bridge. So I know that some of these people have continued to do things over the years. It's not always public what people are doing. People don't always make announcements. Some people are doing a lot of groundwork undercover. They're not letting everybody know, and they're just kind of building, and it's like the building blocks are happening. Now, with the relationship between Essence and Ghana Tourism Authority, Year of Return, which is now Beyond the Return, that relationship growing is a large part of why there is this opportunity for African countries to be featured Essence Fest. Also because African countries have really become a forerunner when it comes to culture. Already, African countries have a lot of culture and diversity that has been influencing the world in fashion and music and art. Now, as we see, like artists who are becoming, multi-million dollar um, artists like Burna Boy, Davido, like all these artists who are gaining popularity, winning awards, being nominated, selling out stadiums. Like they are showing the level of influence that Africa has been having around the world. So when you're proving yourself and you're showing what you're doing, now these doors are opening and people are finally being like, oh, you know what? Africa's the place. Africa's the place. Why were we sleeping on Africa? Why were we not paying attention to what's going on? So now it's really great to see the fruits of the labor manifesting. So that's a really, really great thing. Now let's go back to the comments and see. I have a new comment here from Success Tete. Says, very proud of everything you're doing for the motherland. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. So today, as I said, this is a quick live stream to talk about what is happening with the Essence Festival of Culture happening in New Orleans, Louisiana. Ghana is a part of it. So is Nigeria. So is Kenya and South Africa. And it's an opportunity to build relationships between the countries and to showcase all that we have to offer and what they can gain with working with African artists, creatives in film, music, fashion, entertainment. So let me put these on the screen again. So we have this connecting the global Black diaspora Essence Festival of Culture. It started yesterday. It's going on until the 3rd of July in New Orleans. There's actually a couple of this artwork billboards around Ghana right now, just to show you how the collaborations have been going and um, strengthening as the time goes on. Living Natural for Life says she's watching from Texas. Thank you for joining from Texas. I appreciate you. And then she asked, will you attend the festival? I would love to attend the festival. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that this year. Hopefully next year I'll be able to go. So I'm looking forward to getting some highlights from the festival that hopefully I'll be able to share if I'm able to get access to some of the information. Because one of the things about these types of events is when they have their own media, you may not have access to information that I may want to use because of copyright. So if anything, if there's like still images that I get from our people who are there in Ghana, I can certainly share some still images. But as far as like videos and stuff like that, unless somebody sends them to me and I have permission to use, I won't be able to show you all the things I want to show you. But they do have an app. It's the Essence Experience app that you can download and you can watch virtually some of the things that are going to be going on. You are buffering a bit. Okay, all right. Grace, I can understand. I don't know if if the buffering is coming from me or if it's coming from your end, because I am on a hotspot right now, an internet hotspot. So um, it's not on fiber like I usually am. If I'm at home, I'll be on fiber, but this I'm on a hotspot because I'm currently live streaming from somewhere else, waiting before an event starts. Okay, was hoping for live coverage. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm not gonna be able to give you live coverage, but you can download the app, the Essence Experience app, and then get all of the live streaming. So when you download the Essence Experience app, you can register and see all the different things that are happening throughout the festival. So this year's festival, the theme is actually going to be focused on hip hop music, on the 50th anniversary of hip hop music, and then they happen to have this extra um, uh, platform to promote Africa. So other things are going to have a lot of things that are surrounding hip hop music turning 50 years old, which is, really hard to believe and mind blowing how long hip hop has been around and when it started out and how they were so against it. A lot of people were against the music and thought it was a fad, thought it was going to come and go the way the disco music did. But here we are, and it's 50 years later, and hip hop is growing stronger than ever. There's a lot of artists who have had decades long careers. They thought careers that would be short lived, but you see people who are still working, people like Jay-Z, who've been working for a long time as a hip hop artist, moving into entrepreneurship, but a lot of them still maintain their hip hop roots. So there's going to be a lot of focus on hip hop. And then, of course, the activations that are promoting Africa, which is really, really awesome. So back to the comments. Grace says, hopefully you can get at least get the Ghana Day event. Yes, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some of that content. Mr. Mister says, thanks for showcasing Africa and Ghana. Keep up the good works. Watching from Maryland. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for that reference point. Thank you, Living Natural for Life, for all of your comments. Happy Kofi says, my car rentals company is growing heavily because of the hard work you guys are doing. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Would love to collaborate. Keep up doing what you're doing too, because a lot of people often, when they come to Ghana, they're looking for vehicles and transportation, especially with the challenges with Uber drivers now. A lot of times, Uber drivers don't even want to take people places; they cancel. So a lot of travelers come and they're excited about there being Uber here, and then they're upset because a lot of the Uber drivers are constantly canceling trips because they don't want to go to certain places, or they cancel trips because they don't want car payments on the trips. They prefer cash. So, Happy Kofi, why don't you share with us the name of your company and how people can reach out to you in case somebody is watching who's going to be traveling to Ghana and they're looking for a car company that they can rent from for their trip. Do share your information. Thank you so much. Good job watching from Ivory Coast. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Ivory Coast. I just met somebody from there. Well, he said his one side of his family is from Ivory Coast and the other side is Ghana. And he was saying, I really need to go to Ivory Coast, and I really do want to go to Ivory Coast. Will I be able to manage because I don't speak French? Will that be easy for me to navigate? I'm not a French speaking person. I speak English. And in Canada, funny enough, we're supposed to learn French in school, but the way that they were teaching it when I was growing up, I didn't end up getting fluent. But I know that this day and age, young people who are learning French in Canada, they're getting a better opportunity to become fluent than when I was growing up. So yeah, I probably need to like dust up some rusty skills of French. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody who's tuned in today. I am sitting here on a nice outside garden area and waiting for an event that I am hoping to get into to get my mind off of things. I've had some challenges lately, and hoping to go and enjoy this event that is bringing people together in a certain industry, especially with real estate growing in Ghana. This particular event that I would like to attend would be very, very beneficial in giving you information as well on some of the things you can do when it comes to when you're building, when you're decorating, where you want to live. Because decor is a thing in Ghana, because it's hard to find sometimes quality decor that you may want unless you go and get something made. Like if you have like a good carpenter and you get them to make something for you, like you can do some custom work, some really nice custom work here. But sometimes you find things that are a little bit tacky and it's not your style. So knowing which interior design companies to go to help you kind of build what it is you want, like create the space you want, is a really, really good thing. So yeah. Next comment, my father's from Ghana, my mom's from Ivory Coast. Oh, that's nice. That's like that guy that I had met. I think he said his father was from Ivory Coast and the mother was Ghana. Charles Hamilton says, first time on live, but I love everything you do for Mother Ghana. Please keep up the good work. I appreciate you, Charles. Thank you very, very much. Me, Amu says, most kids outside Quebec are still not learning French. It's still not taught properly outside Quebec. You are right. Quebec is the French-speaking province in Canada. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories, and the only province that's officially French-speaking is Quebec. And so you have a small population of people who speak French fluently, where Celine Dion is from, and then the rest of the country is primarily English. So yeah, and I try to tell people that because people often hear that I'm from Canada and they're like, "Oh, you're from Canada? You must be fluent in French." And I'm like, if I grew up in Quebec, I would be. But if you're very intentional about it, it's possible that you can be even when you live outside Quebec. You might not be as good as somebody who lived in Quebec, but if you have to be really intentional about it. When I was growing up, you had to go to, if you wanted to go to what they call a French immersion school, and that's the schools where they speak all French, you had to have one parent from a French speaking country. I know my parents wanted us to go to a French immersion school, but because they both came from Ghana, an English speaking country, they weren't allowed to enroll us in that school. You had to have one parent who was from a French speaking country or was a native French speaker. And so we didn't get that opportunity. I know now they've been a little bit more flexible with young people being able to go into French immersion schools, but it wasn't so simple when I was growing up. So here I am, grew up in Canada, but don't speak French fluently. I just know the basics, greetings and that kind of stuff. So thanks for adding that a bit of information, me. Montreal speak French also. Now, Montreal is a city that's inside of the province of Quebec. It's like saying Accra is a city inside the Greater Accra region. Kumasi is a city inside the Ashanti region. Montreal is a city inside of the province of Ontario. A lot of Americans don't realize that either. So, like how you may have, New Orleans, Louisiana, Toronto, Ontario. So we don't have states, we have provinces. So Toronto is a city in the province of Ontario. Montreal is a city in the province of Quebec. So I hope that helps you differentiate and understand the geography of it all. Thank you. So I really appreciate everybody who's joined today. My main goal today was just to share the news that the Essence Fest, the Essence Festival of Culture happening in Louisiana. It's been going on for 29 years. And this year, there is a whole, dedicated time for African countries, Ghana, Nigeria, uh, Kenya, and South Africa. Ghana Day is on July the 2nd. And that particular day, there's going to be different speakers, different panel discussions. There's going to be film screening as part of the Essence Film Festival, and it's just a really, really great source of excitement for Ghana and Ghanaian artists and people who are in the tourism sector, talking about tourism in Ghana. And so I had mentioned the film, this right here, Moon Over a Buri. That's the artwork. That's the artwork. I tried to figure out how to shift this to the side so it's not right in the center, so that it could be like beside me. I'll have to figure that out on my next live. But this is for the film. There we go. Moon Over a Buri, which is screening as part of the festival as well. um, and Essie Yamoa is a producer who is going to be speaking. We have Annabelle McKenzie, who is the director of the Beyond the Return Secretariat Office, speaking on a panel on Destination Ghana, Travel, Tourism, and Film. We have the actress Sonia Ibrahim, who will be speaking. We have actor, producer Chris Atto speaking on the Clips and Conversations, Ghana's Road to Global Expansion. We have actress Juliet Ibrahim, who's also speaking. I had a little bit of a coloring issue with her flyer. Then we have Dr. Nadia Odong Finn, who is the Deputy Director of Diaspora Affairs, who's going to be speaking as well. And then we have the CEO of iFactory Live, Michael Jabba, who's going to be speaking as well. So it's really, really exciting that we've got these people who are all coming and speaking at the event. They're going to be showcasing all things Ghana. And yeah, what do you think about that? I would love to hear what you think about that, about all of this happening for Ghana, for Africa. The Essence Fest, there's no way that they would have a whole section dedicated to Africa. It's always been, hip hop, R&B artists performing, and everything has been all about Black culture in America, which is fantastic. But there's never really been this focus on Africa. So I think it's really, really, really great to see this. First time online. Okay, so I read this one already. Let me go to the next comments. Okay, I learned something new. Thanks. Okay, she's referring to when I talked about Quebec, about the provinces of Canada. And then he says, Quebec City is the capital of the province of Quebec. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's nice. Mr. Mister says, talking about Abri, I'm building some townhomes for sales and rentals if there is interest in the near future. Thank you for letting us know. If you have a website, you should be sharing the website. That will be nice to watch. I hope I have the opportunity to watch. Thank you so much for your feedback. I really appreciate everybody who engages in the conversation and adds comments while we are on the live and talking to me and sharing things. Um, let's see. Good to see Ghana being represented in a positive way. Yes, it definitely is. Thank you so much for joining. I am just checking my phone because I am here at a venue where there's an event happening, and I came to do some networking and meet with some people. And excuse me, I want to make sure that I'm not late in going in. The sun is setting. The sun is setting, and in Ghana, when the sun sets, it sets fast. Like it sets really fast. It's 5:34 p.m. Ghana time, so the time is winding down for 6 p.m. when the sun actually starts to very quickly. So yeah, so thank you everybody who's joined today. I really appreciate you for joining on this live. I've only been on. My lives are usually pretty long, but I've only been on for a few minutes. I'm not even seeing my timing on here. I usually see how long I'm on, but I'm not seeing the timing today. I think I jumped on here about 15 minutes ago. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, as well as you can follow me on Instagram at Ivy Prosper, Twitter at Ivy Prosper. Yeah, I continue to share things that are happening in Ghana, in Africa. Let's see what other comments we have. Living in Natural for Life says, so much Ghana buzz in US lately. Wasn't that way when I was young in the 70s and 80s. No, it wasn't at all. At all. You didn't hear about things happening in Ghana, in Africa, unless it was like negative stuff all the time. So I really think that all of this PR and everything that's being done and promotion of events and activities and tourism, I think it's been a really, really positive benefit. And even what's happening is when high profile people from the US come to Ghana and then they share their experiences, that also helps with getting this positive news out there. So I think it's fantastic and phenomenal. But you are so right. This did not happen in those days. So I'm really, really glad to see that things are turning slowly, changing slowly. I mean, there's still some negative stuff that happens, there's still some negativity that we see, but overall, we're seeing a huge change to the positive that's happening. Crystal August says, I am from New Orleans. It is considered one of the most African cities in the US. Cape Coast is our sister city. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes. The mayor of New Orleans actually came to Ghana in 2019 and they had signed that sister city agreement with Cape Coast. So that is like awesome. And thank you for bringing that up. For those people who didn't know, now you know. Oh, JVB, I hope I said that right. JVB says, Mother Ghana should reward you for loving and promoting the land. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Happy Kofi says, we appreciate you more. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So maybe that's a good note to end it on. This was a quick live stream just to let you know that Ghana is going to be at the Essence Festival of Culture. Already there. They had the Global Black Economic Forum yesterday, and then Nigeria Day is tomorrow. Ghana Day is on Saturday. So on Sunday. So it's like each day is going to be representing a different African country. So it's going to be really, really exciting. And if you are there, I hope you get a chance to go. If you're not, download the Essence Experience app so that you can see what's going on. Let me just, it's the Essence Experience app. And you can see everything that is going on. Like just check the schedule on the Essence Experience app, download it on Google Play or on Apple Store. It's free. And then you can see the schedule, register and see what's going on at the festival and check it out for yourself. So I don't know if everything is going to be shown, but I do know that that is the app that you can go to and get information about what is going on with the festival. So thank you so much. Grace says everyone should hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I am going to sign off. because, hey, future president of Ghana, no presidency for me, no politics for me. But thank you, I appreciate it. That's a really great vote of confidence. Thank you so much. I am going to sign off now because I have to head over to the event that I'm here for. And I wish you all very well, and I will see you next time.